So after creating the invoice, we created a receipt with the direct method. So this is an partial application where
Mm-hmm.
for 2100 we made the payment or we received the payment of 1000. So
Mm-hmm.
now what we will do is that we will utilize our other payment method as a receipt method. So
Mm-hmm.
that is standard one. So in standard,
Okay.
what we will do is that basically we will create the receipt and we will see multiple statuses, how system is changing and the other things. And
Okay.
we will create a manual bank statement and we will try to do the reconciliation. And we will
Okay.
see the status changing to cleared.
Mm-hmm.
So here also I'm using the same standard one. So
Okay.
the miscellaneous. So after we see the receipt application, we will see like how to create
Mm-hmm.
the miscellaneous receipts.
Okay. So now we can only give only 1,000, right? Because we have only 1,000 left on the invoice.
Yeah, yes, correct.
Okay. If we want to give 2,000, it won't work.
Yeah. So yeah, before that, what I'll do is that I'll just create a new one without giving the receipt. I mean the invoice details.
Okay. Entered amount.
So basically here we will see confirmed status. Since we didn't do anything, so
Mm-hmm.
always we will see the confirmed status. So what I'll do is that I'll create an accounting for this particular thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this will be our accounting entry. So that is confirmed
Okay.
cash to unidentified cash. So the reason we will get unidentified cash reflecting in our credit side is that we didn't apply our invoices. So
Mm-hmm.
which means system doesn't understand with which
Who's paying it?
yeah, who's paying it, or we don't have even the customer name. If you see
Mm-hmm.
here, so we just created and we said this is the amount, but we didn't give any specification. So that's the reason system has allotted this into unidentified receipt.
Okay. So what happens to these kind of things when, let's say, we have something like this in the system?
Yeah, this will not have any meaning because if you see here, so we don't have proper information. So we don't have
Uh-huh.
invoice or we don't have the customer name also. So just we
Okay.
entered this and we said this is the amount. So to
Mm-hmm.
track this down at the end of the period, basically we will have to analyze and we should suggest the business and so on. So date this receipt is created, but whereas the invoice or the customer is not created against this particular transaction.
Okay. So we have to solve all these before we move ahead.
Yeah, yes, correct.
So let's assume we did not find anything that matches with this. So
Okay.
what do you do?
Anything
How do you
matches.
clear this? I mean, like, this no invoice that was actually
Okay.
relevant to this receipt.
Okay.
So how do you move forward? How do you close the period and go to the next?
Okay. So let's say there is a case where business doesn't know that this is created for so and so purpose. They don't
Mm-hmm.
have track of it. So in that case,
Mm-hmm.
what we will do is that we will reverse this particular receipt and we will knock off and we will proceed with our reconciliation and the period closure.
Oh, you can reverse this? Okay.
Yeah, here we can reverse this basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So now if you see, So we have unidentified cash in the debit side, and we will
Mm-hmm.
have unapplied cash in the credit side. So the reason
Mm-hmm.
for this particular entry is that we actually gave this one. If you see here, so we
Mm-hmm.
gave the customer. So customer is
Yes.
Tata customer, but whereas system still not able to identify this particular invoice or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, system is not able to identify the invoice. If you see here, the application is blank. There is no data to display. So that's the
Okay.
reason it is unapplied. So if you notice here, basically it was there as an unidentified earlier, but now it has changed to unapplied account.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So now what I will do is that I'll add an application to this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is what. So this is
Okay.
our invoice application. So here we
Mm-hmm.
can see that the invoice number that is getting applied to this particular transaction. So the amount that we are applying is 1,000, and the
Mm-hmm.
amount that is due is 100, the tax amount. So only that is
Mm-hmm.
left out.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's it. And the others are like the general information, like the application date, accounting date, and the other information. So I'll just
So,
say, yeah,
okay.
yes.
So I know you applied $1,000. I mean, 1,000 rupees or whatever, and then amount due is 100, right? Let's assume they haven't paid the tax amount. Will you be still able to close for that period?
No, because the tax amount is different from the original invoice amount. So let's
Okay.
say I have an compliance requirement that I'll not be processing this tax related invoices every month. So instead
Okay.
I'll be processing it maybe 3 months
Once a year.
once. Yeah, yeah, once a
Okay.
year or quarterly basis if I'm processing this way. So in this
Mm-hmm.
case, I shouldn't consider this particular invoice. So
Okay.
accordingly, the I mean localization related configuration will work. So
Okay.
this will not be considered, but instead it will
Mm-hmm.
consider the original invoice amount. So we
Mm-hmm.
will apply this and we will see the invoice, how it is working.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we have the confirmed cash to receivables.
Mm-hmm.
So this is our latest entry, and we will see our transaction. And after this, we will try to do a remittance, and then
Okay.
we will create a bank statement, and we will try to clear this.
Mm-hmm. So what you did so far, right?
Yeah.
Trying to apply a receipt to an invoice, that is called the reconciliation.
No, this is not reconciliation. So reconciliation is something that I'll try to do matching between my bank statement and the transaction that I did in my own application. That in this case it is
Okay.
Fusion. So it
Okay.
is always so let's say there is an let's leave this particular system. So if I
Mm-hmm.
have my own books, like
Mm-hmm.
I'll record, let's say I spend 100 rupees today. So what I'll do
Okay.
is that I'll log into net banking and I'll see that whether this is matching. So this
Mm-hmm.
matching we call as a reconciliation process. So when this is matched, so that is when the receipt will get cleared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting it, or maybe I
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so this is the amount that we have. So if you see
Mm-hmm.
here, so the tax is 100, but our due for this particular original line, so that is 0. So the reason why we have this particular thing is that we said in the system option. So how
Mm-hmm.
system should basically apply this revenue is that first lines and tax after. So that is the
Mm-hmm.
reason if you see here. So since we have 2000 or the 1000 applied to this particular transaction, system is
Mm-hmm.
first knocking off the lines that we have given. So
Okay.
after this, when we apply 50, so after
Mm-hmm.
closing this lines, system will start
Mm-hmm.
applying for the tax.
Okay.
So there are different options. So we will see after this. So before
Mm-hmm.
that, this is how system will basically work,
Okay.
and we can see the details in the total column. So if you see
Mm-hmm.
here, so
Mm-hmm.
2000 is the earn that we applied, and 100 is due.
Okay.
Yeah, fine. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
just navigate to the system options, and I'll show like how we have given the configuration.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the application rule set that we gave. So if
Mm-hmm.
you see here, we have given line first, tax after.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
let's say we have given line and tax pro rate. So which means system is going to deduct both the tax and the line equally. But whereas the
Okay.
freight and the other things will not be considered for the first level of deduction. So maybe
Mm-hmm.
once this particular line and the taxes are cleared, so after that freight and the other charges will be
Okay.
deducted.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, prorate is something that it will take,
Everything.
yeah, overall, like it will distribute equally.
So now if let's say the if we select line and tax prorate, so
Mm.
what happens is it'll equally distribute between lines and tax like 500 each.
Yes, correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, just give me 1 minute.
Yeah, yeah, not a problem. So you have to run that process.
Yeah. After receipt, if it is communicating with bank, so we'll run the
Hmm.
remittance process. Probably I didn't run this process, I think.
Give me a minute, I'll be back.
Yeah.
completed approval. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So we completed this batch. So what we'll do is that we will navigate back to the receipt and we will see the status there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now we can see that status has changed to remitted.
Mm-hmm. Where does it show remitted?
Here actually.
Okay, on the top. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So here we will have the remitted cash.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So when it says remitted cash, that means the cash that, let's say, the money that the customer paid has reached the whatever the company or the vendor.
No, actually when we say remitted, so
Uh-huh.
let's say customer has given us in form of some instrument,
Okay.
let's say check or something. So in
Mm-hmm.
this case, what we will do is that we will remit it to bank, which means we are depositing this particular instrument to bank,
Mm-hmm.
and bank will check and bank will clear this particular transaction, and we will get this clearance in the bank statement. So
Okay.
in this case, we have created the receipt and we had our instrument and we have remitted it to bank. So after
Mm-hmm.
remittance, what we will do is that we will import our transaction, I mean bank
Okay.
statement. So in this
Okay.
case, our bank statement, we have created it manually. And
Mm-hmm.
now we will try to reconcile between our bank statement and the system transaction.
Okay.
So now we should be able to get our transaction in our statement.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll select the same account. Yeah, so now we are having this one 13. So 13 is our receipt number. So earlier we
Mm-hmm.
had only 12. So now we are
Okay.
having this one as well.
Oh, so two receipts are created.
Yeah, yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can you go up, scroll up,
yeah.
please? So this is a manual reconciliation. Okay.
So we have two tabs. One is unreconciled, the other one is reconciled. So once it
Okay.
is reconciled, we can see in this particular tab. So what I'll do is that I'll select one particular statement line and I
Uh-huh.
will try to reconcile for two receipts.
Okay.
And I'll do the reconcile. Yeah, so now this is reconcile. So I'll just click reconcile and here I should be able to see that transaction. Yeah.
Okay.
So against this particular statement line, I
Mm-hmm.
have two system transactions that is receivable. So we can see it
Okay.
here. So this is statement and this is system transaction that is from the receivable offer. So
Mm-hmm.
this is the reference number. So our reference number is nothing but our receipt number.
Okay.
Okay, so yes, we have completed our this thing reconciliation.
Mm-hmm. So what are we doing now?
So I'm just running the create accounting process for
Oh.
the cash management transaction that we did. So we created this one, right, reconciliation. So for
Mm-hmm.
the reconciliation, I'm just trying to make the accounting.
Okay.
Yeah. So before this completes, maybe we will navigate back to the receivables, and
Mm-hmm.
we will see the status there.
Okay.
So now we should be seeing the status as cleared since we have reconciled.
Okay.
Yeah, this is cleared.
Mm-hmm.
So just account this. Yeah, so we have cash account to receivable account.
Mm-hmm.
1000. Yeah, so this will be the process for the standard. So when we say this one by matching, which means matching with our bank statement.
Okay.
Okay, this accounting entry in cash management, we will see it when we are seeing cash management in detail. So for
Okay.
now, we will start with our receivable next item, that is miscellaneous receipt.
Okay.
I think I defined miscellaneous receipt. Let me check once. If not, we will define it manually in the
Mm-hmm.
configuration page.
Okay.
I didn't create a receivable activity. So I'll just create one manual receivable activity type.
Mm-hmm. So, so what is the purpose of creating the receivable activity?
So receivable activity is basically receivable activity we have multiple purposes. So if you
Mm-hmm.
see the earn discount, we are creating it there, and the reverse charge mechanism, so that we are creating it there, and the chargeback, and if you see this miscellaneous receipt, so this is also we are creating it there. So basically, this is used to generate the account code combination apart from the normal functionalities that is being configured in the system. So for example, chargeback. So chargeback is something that let's say I have a scenario that customer have 10 open bills.
Mm-hmm.
Out of 10 open bills, customer comes and say that I'll pay for the 5 open bills, and the other 5 open bills, since the due date has crossed, so I don't want to drag it. So better add this particular 5 bills in the new bill. So we will
Okay.
let's close this bill. So for that, what we will do is that we will adjust with the chargeback. So we will
Okay.
close this particular bill and we will adjust this with the new bill. So
Mm-hmm.
this chargeback activity, so this will be defined in the receivable activity. And apart from that, we have adjustment and the other things also. So receivable activity will play a more role in terms of configuration.
Okay. But how did you realize? I mean, for me, right? I'm just trying to
Yeah.
understand. How did you realize that you were missing the receivable activity when you went to the miscellaneous trying to create there a
Yeah.
receipt?
Yeah, because if you see here, so when I say this is my business unit, I'll have
Uh-huh.
the this one unit specified, and I will attach the receipt method.
Mm-hmm.
So after this, if you see here, so I'll have the receivable activity. So here, since
Earlier,
I
you
have,
didn't have that.
yeah, since I selected now the receivable activity, I'm seeing
Mm-hmm.
this miscellaneous cash here. So or else I'll
Okay.
not have this particular activity here also.
Okay.
So this is how basically we will identify that it is missing here. And apart
Okay.
from that, other places like the chargeback and the other things, so that is our basically the knowledge to get it there. So
Mm-hmm.
user will not know all those things. So
Okay.
here maybe user can identify that receivable activity is not there in the list.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is how basically we can identify. So I'll just create this for let's say 1,000. Okay, I am not giving any reference. I'm just saving this receipt. Yeah. So here we have confirmed cash to the miscellaneous cash.
Mm-hmm.
So we will not have direct cash account here. So instead, this will be in the confirmed status. Since we
Mm-hmm.
have selected the standard method. So in case
Mm-hmm.
of the direct, so where we don't have the bank interaction. So for those cases, we will not see the confirmed cash. So instead,
Mm-hmm.
it will be directly cash account to the miscellaneous cash or the miscellaneous revenue.
Okay.
So actually, it is miscellaneous revenue, but system it is termed as a miscellaneous cash.
Mm-hmm.
So if you remember when we are creating this receivable activity, it is in the miscellaneous cash, but we
Mm-hmm.
selected the account called miscellaneous revenue.
Miscellaneous. Okay.
Yeah, so this is the account.
Okay.
Yeah, so here I didn't specify any particular customer, but if I wanted to specify, I can specify it here. If you see here, I can just give the type and I can give the customer.
What is there in the type? Just can you go back?
Yeah,
So receipt. Okay. It's only receipt, payment batch, payment credit memo. So you can't reference an invoice here
yeah, we
or
cannot
a
reference.
transaction.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it is attached to a standard invoice.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is one thing, and we have write-offs. So we will see how to write off this particular receipt. Or let's say I wanted to, I'll first process the refund part.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say there is a scenario that, so there are two kind of options where when we are trying to cancel this particular invoice or the order that we booked.
Mm-hmm.
So customer purchased let's say 10 quantity of laptop. So out of
Mm-hmm.
it, one is a defective item. So customer
Mm-hmm.
just walks into store and he asks for the refund. So there are two cases. So either have it in on account and replace with the new item, or process
Mm-hmm.
and refund. So process and refund, it will take let's say 2 days of time. So
Mm-hmm.
let's say now today customer walks in and he wants to have this refund option. So in this case,
Okay.
how we, so after seeing the refund, we will see how the standard reversal and the credit memo reversal is working. So before that, we
Okay.
will try to understand the reversal process. So to
Mm-hmm.
reverse this particular receipt, so what I will do is that I will do unapply this application
Okay.
and I will process the receipt. So in action, I'll click more,
Uh-huh.
and under more, I'll say issue refund.
Okay. Must be different.
Maybe I didn't define the receivable activity for the refund. Just a
So looks like it's better to create all refund act. I mean, what is that receivable activities, right?
minute.
I mean,
Yeah.
is that what you do? I mean, I'm just asking because
Yeah, usually we'll have a track of it. I mean, we will document it.
so you
Uh,
pretty much define for every single thing that's available out there.
yeah, yes, correct. So basically,
Yeah.
we will understand with the requirement, and on top of the requirement, we will do the configuration and these things. So we will
Uh-huh.
have all those track in the Excel sheet. So we
Okay.
will
Okay.
figure out that these are the configuration that we wanted to do. But here, the problem is instances refreshing, right? So I'm just missing here and there.
Uh-huh. But at least it's good that we know something is missing. Otherwise, you'll be doing it seamlessly, and I'll be thinking, okay, Arun showed me the basic ones. It's everything is working perfectly. Now at least I know something is missing. So you will have a checklist of things to do, Arun, during the what do you call the setups or the configurations?
Yeah, basically how it will work is that, so we will have requirement. So on top
Uh-huh.
of requirement, we will have the solution document. So for the solution document, basically we will do the POC. So after doing the POC, we will know these are the configuration and the other things.
What do you
And
mean POC?
like
POC means?
doing an internal verification that this functionality is working fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so after this, so what we will do is that we will display it to the client. So after this, we will receive the list of officers and the naming convention and the other things. So once we
Mm,
receive the naming convention for the all the parts, we will store this particular naming convention and the configuration in our
mhm,
Excel sheet. So
mhm,
before going it to the UAT instance, so basically from test we are moving it to UAT, let's say.
mhm,
So in this case, as it from development to this one. So in this case,
mhm,
what will happen is that I'll have a backup of it. So I'll extract the setup data from there, one option, and also
uh-huh.
I will have my setup this thing in the Excel sheet. In the rare case, if I wanted to redo the entire exercise, so I will have option
Okay.
for that also.
Mm.
So that's what in real time we will have it. This is not coming.
So typically, how long does it usually take for all the configurations in a real-time situation?
So in real-time situation, it will take a bit time actually, depending upon the offices that we are configuring. So let's say if I
Hmm.
want to configure, let's say AP and AR,
Hmm.
So this might take at least for one office, it will take maybe 4 to 5 years.
4 to 5 hours. Okay.
Yeah,
But not days or anything.
yeah, not days actually, since yeah, it will not be days actually. I mean,
Okay.
I'm saying for one office. So
Yeah,
since
yeah. So when you say one office, it means one business unit.
yes, correct.
Okay.
I think we should give limit also. Let me check once. If the limit is not there, we should come back again, I think.
Limit for activity?
Yeah, for this refund, actually, we should give a limit to approve it so that
Uh,
it will be approved
Only so
automatically.
much can be approved by a certain
Yes,
person or something, right?
yeah, correct. In system also, system options, we saw, right? Like the minimum
Hmm.
amount to refund. So that's it.
So if you give the limit like that, right? It doesn't have to have an approval workflow.
No, it will not have approval workflow, so it will be approved automatically. So
Okay.
if I have limit, I can basically do that. Yeah. So here I'm just taking. I mean, I have taken this particular refund method,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm refunding the entire 1,000 rupees.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the party and the other details. And
Mm-hmm.
the payment method that I have chosen is Tata Pay. So if you
Okay.
remember when we are creating the
AP.
payment, yeah, AP payment method, so we
Mm-hmm.
saw that customer refunds.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where we will use that particular option basically when we are
Oh,
creating
okay.
the payment method. So we had refunds, right? So this is where we will use this. So this will be the only interaction with payable.
Okay.
Yeah,
In refunds.
yeah, yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have processed this. So just say post to Geo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Supplier. Okay. So
Yeah.
now if you go to the transaction, we should still see 1,000 or the receipt.
Yeah,
That is.
because we have refunded this particular thing. So
Mm-hmm.
we should be seeing the outstanding reduced. So first we
Mm-hmm.
will close this one. I'll process this refund. So after
Mm-hmm.
this, we will go back to our transaction screen and we will see the balance there.
Okay. Wasn't processed because payables invoice wasn't created for the following.
Location it is there. Let me check once.
Hmm.
Okay, let me check once. I think payment didn't process. Yeah, I think I forgot to give the location, so that's the issue.
Oh, I thought we did, right? When we created
Yeah,
first?
yeah. Even I remember that we gave, so that's why I was trying again and again there.
No,
But
I know we gave it. As far as I remember, at least when you were creating the Tata Auto one, thought you
yeah,
gave it.
probably someone should have changed then, because even I remember that we gave, but
Because for other things also we use that location thing in AP somewhere.
yeah. Okay, maybe now we should have the refund processed. Yeah, this is attached. Yeah, so we have our this thing. So we can identify basically through the invoice date. If you see here, so
Mm-hmm.
this is an payment request,
Mm-hmm.
and the customer that we used is Tata customer. So this will be converted into vendor automatically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So by
When
default
you
it
do
will
the
be,
refund.
yeah, yes, correct. So this will be in validated status. So only thing is that we will just edit and make the payment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is the account that is refund account. So
Mm-hmm.
refund to liability. And when we
Refund.
make payment, it will be liability to cash clearing. So with this refund process will come to an this thing.
Okay. So this pay in full is like again you're paying the you're making the payment.
Yeah, yes, correct.
Okay. You
Because
refunded it, but you're paying it back.
yeah, because we wanted to give back the amount to customer, right? So we are making the payment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is done. So now we can navigate back to our invoice screen, and we can check the balance there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so here we will have as 1,000 outstanding because
Mm-hmm.
we issued the refund.
Refund. Okay. So what did that pay in full do? I thought it'll pay the entire 2000. It
No,
didn't do that?
no, it will not do that because what we did is that we received in two installment. Here, first we created one receipt for 1,000,
Uh-huh.
so that is with
Yeah.
direct, and the
Uh-huh.
second receipt we created with matching rule. So with matching, it is 1,000. But whereas
Okay, okay.
in case we have processed or we have received in full, that is in one installment. So in this
Then it would
case,
have paid.
yeah, correct. Then it will be a complete refund. That is
Okay.
entire 2,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so we saw a refund. So we have another thing called write-off. So we will see like how a write-off will work. So before
Mm-hmm.
that, write-off is something that it is a functionality that is used basically to let's say I have 10 rupees outstanding, but
Mm-hmm.
whereas the business does the transaction in some million. So I will
Mm-hmm.
not care for this particular 10 rupees and 12 rupees. So what I'll do is
Okay.
I'll just write up this. And this is
Okay.
one case. And another case is that I might have the precision. So in case of
Mm-hmm.
precision limit or if I'm doing the rounding off. So in this
Mm-hmm.
case, the system will keep the rounding and the other things. and this
Mm-hmm.
will aggregate. And this cumulative rounding of amount, I will just knock off saying that write off.
Okay.
So
But
write off,
how do you know it is the cumulative one? How will the user know or whoever is doing it know?
yeah. So basically, how user will identify is that we will have this rounding account and the other things. So if we have
Okay.
enabled this particular option, we know that from the our balances. So from
Mm-hmm.
there, they will pick it and they will knock off with this particular option called write off. So that way,
Okay.
they will understand that this is the amount that I wanted to create.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So this write-off is can this be done for somebody like a bad
Bad debt.
somebody is yeah, bad debt, his person
Yeah,
is not paying.
yeah, that also possible. Yeah.
Okay.
So for this, again, we will click action, and under
Mm-hmm.
action, we will see create write-off.
Okay.
We didn't create write-off. Just 1 minute.
So is this a specific role that you need to have?
Not role actually. If I want to give the approval limit, so I
Okay.
cannot give it for myself. So someone should
Oh,
give me this
somebody
thing.
has to give it to you.
Yeah.
So let's say, oh, but anyway, you can't be the manager and you can't do the setups anyway, right, in the
Yeah.
system. So somebody else will do it and that person has to give you that. Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
So is this true for all limits?
Uh, hello.
Hello, Arun.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
this true for all limits?
All
Somebody else has
limits.
to give us.
Yeah,
If
yes, yes,
okay.
yes, yes. We cannot give to ourselves. So that is across. I mean, for adjustment, refund, whatever case it is.
Hmm.
So we cannot give for ourselves. So someone should give us the access. I
Okay.
mean, the limit for it.
You already have.
Yeah, already it is there.
Then why did it not take?
Yeah, it should have picked 1 minute.
So you need to pick something, come back again to this to get this active. I mean,
Yes,
oh my God. I would be thinking, why is it grayed out? And I'll probably close this page and come out.
actually it is farm level this thing, but
Hmm.
again something. I didn't give it in system option.
Oh, so do you have to log in as again? What is that train, whatever?
Same thing, I remembered maybe for the other thing I gave. I think I remembered that I gave it, and I just came here.
Why is it the applied amount can't be greater than the receipt amount? Mm, why? Must fall within the system options receipt. Why did you give two dashes?
Yeah.
So, what was the issue the first time around?
Yeah, the issue was that there are two things to it. So first thing is I didn't create the receivable activity,
Mm-hmm.
but I set up the limit. So limit was there, receivable
Okay.
activity was not there.
Okay.
And and the second issue is that I didn't set up the limit in the system option.
Okay.
So that is required actually.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the two things that I left out. So now we can see that accounting entries that is flowing. So that is
Mm-hmm.
right up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, receipt updated up unapplied cash was 100. Okay.
So it is written off. Yeah. So next what we have is that we have chargeback, we have revenue recognition program and the revenue, how are we splitting out basically based on the arrears and the advance. So these things we will see.
Okay.
So apart
So,
from that, yeah,
is there a report or something that you can run and check all the ones that you did so far?
yeah, we can check. We have a receipt register.
So, only for receipts, but not for transactions.
Yeah, transaction we have a transaction register, similarly like receipt register.
Oh, okay. So, these are all seeded ones, but just in case you wanted some customized reports, who does that? You send a request to Oracle?
No, this will be created by the technical consultant using
Okay.
BI Publisher.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are two options to create the report. Either an end user can create it or a technical consultant can create it. So end
Okay.
user can create it at the level where he can say that this particular field can be
Mm-hmm.
shifted to here and there, and he
Yeah,
can
yeah.
do all those things, and he can do. That is using the OTBA reports.
Okay.
And if he wants to see this one, the proper report based on
Mm-hmm.
his particular requirement. So he
Okay.
should go for the BA publisher. So that will be created by the consultants, technical consultants.
Okay. Okay. So, for a functional person, OTBI reporting is compulsory to learn.
Yeah, it's easy basically. We will see that. So after
Okay.
we see these things, we will see
Okay.
high level understanding on the research basically.
Okay. Receivables billing history extract. Okay. Transaction extract.
I'll check this one. I think it is some
No,
case
that's fine. I was
sensitive.
just wondering. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, case sensitive or something. Yeah, this maybe I'll check and I'll take. Yeah. So we'll continue tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. That's right.
Yeah. So we will see the these things. So still we have 3 to 4 parts to this, and
Uh-huh.
apart from that we will see this one intercompany. Intercompany we saw the AP part. So similarly we
Uh-huh.
will see for the AR part as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Fine.
Yeah, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll
Thank
close it.
you. Yeah.
We'll check. Okay. Fine.
Yeah. Is that are the credentials still the same, Marun, for the test environment, or did they change? Can you
Uh,
send me that?
yeah, yeah, I'll check. Maybe it could have been refreshed.
Yeah, because it's
I'll
been a
send it.
while since I logged in.
Yeah, I'll send it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, thanks.
Bye.